Welcome. This is Enoch Noel. Yeah, so for those who are gonna hear this talk or this TV show, who are gonna watch it the first time, we have decided to create a new TV which will be focusing on Canada-US relations, trade wars, political, and so forth on. So this is why I came up with an idea of creating no fifth first state TV show, which will be tackling or bringing information about what hell is going on. We say hell no. Canada will never be the 51st states, or we will not be part of the US. As Prime Minister Coney has always told Trump, Canada is not interested to be the 51st state. Canada, as we know, Canada it's such a great country. It's respected around the world. It's known by its kindness, human right, and so forth on. So this is why we came up with, not that we came up, but we went to search and see some of the reasons or why Canada would never be the 51st states. And the reason why we just brought this again, this Trump again recently, a few days ago, he insisted that he wants Canada to be the 51st states. We say hell no. Canada is not interested. Canada is interested in business, in trade, in creating opportunities. It's not interested to be the 51st states. According to the research, 88 Canadians show that they are not interested to be the 51st states. And according to some of the information, we saw that a political diversion for MAGA supporters. See how the MAGA supporters, or MAGA political wings, or if you can see in American government, you see the Trump's administration. See how there is no diversity. So as Canada, which considers and which respect diversity, inclusion, and equality, it will never accept or allow anyone to join or to be the 51st state. You can see, like, if you see the Parliament of Canada, you see its government branches, you see diversity everywhere. You see all diversity in the corner. You see diversity even in higher country. But look at the MAGA government. It's just only white people, even those extremists. Because, if I say white people, I'm not trying to be, something like that. But there are people who really respect diversity, equity, and inclusion. And there are those who are extremely, when they hear about other, kind of people, they just push them out. So for that political diversion, for MAGA supporters and the way they are operating, Canada would never be part of 51st state. So forget about it. Canada is also a confederation of provinces and territories. Canada, with 10 provinces and 3 territories. Canada is such a big country with 10 provinces, even bigger than some of the US states. For part of that, it will never, or it will never bow, it will never accept, it will never allowed to join the US to be the first 51st states. Canadian patriotism and national pride. You know, Canadians, they are so patriotism. They have patriotism for the nation. You know, in Canada, we are so proud for our national pride, all the achievement, you know, with the economy, with the business, with, you know, identified as part of the peacekeepers around the world. That part of why Canada will never be the 51st state of the US. As you can see, the cultural or political differences, like now the current administration, which doesn't consider diversity, inclusion, and culture. But if you see, come back to see Canada, how the Canada holds culture, you know, differences, believing that even if someone you don't have the same idea or don't think the same, you are enemies. No, Canada doesn't believe so. So therefore, all those differences, and I mean, you can see, I know many people who are gonna watch this talk, they have already seen others, you know. So it's there are big differences between the current administration and the administration of Canada. See, Canada, even yesterday I saw my friend, you know, telling me how he came from visiting one of a friend who immigrated in Canada from Africa. But go see the U.S. administration. Even if there is persecution in somewhere, no one is allowed to enter there. So you can see all those differences. You know, Canada considers that if someone has been suffering, for example, in a refugee camp or is being persecuted, Canada is able to intervene and rescue that person. But you see our friends out there, no one, no matter what. Now they are busy trying to ban some of the Muslim countries, you know, some of the people from Muslim countries to come to their countries. But Canada doesn't have, you know, such a, you know, streak in their country. That's why there are so many qualities, or there are so many reasons why Canada would never be the first 50 state of the US. And also, if you see Canada economic independence and self-reliance, Canada is very strong. I know when the Trump administration started to put a lot of tariffs, I know some of the Canadian business, they are shaking, some are closing, and so forth on. But still, Canada is building, you know, the strong economy and the independent, you know, own independent in terms of economically. For example, the Prime Minister has been, you know, after we saw that the MAGA wants to make Canada be the first 51st state, he started to go around, went to China, went to Europe, went to Asia to seek partnership, to seek people to work business with. So for the economic independence and self-reliance, Canada will never be 51st state of the US. So this guy, even though he keeps pushing it, punishing Canada through destroying Canadian economics through high tariffs and destroying business, Canada will never bow in before this MAGA. Will never lose its strongness around the world to bow to become the 51st state. Canadian history is also ties to our British monarch, because Canada, it's part of, you know, as a Canadian here, we also part of the British monarch. That's why we still belong to British monarchy. You know, that's why if there's any big issue which is not resolved, also the king tried to intervene. So all those are the roots which will never never allow for the US to annex Canada to be the 51st state. There are so many reasons, and there are so many why Canada will never be the 51st state. And also, you know, when Canada 51st state, we want Greenland, we want Gaza, and so forth. So Canada is stronger enough. Canada is well equipped, ready to stay stronger no matter who try to bully it, or no matter who try to make its economy corrupt. Canada is strong enough to stand for any bully, to stand for anyone who's trying to destroy it. So this is why we say hell no to 51st state. Stay in your state, in your states, and we will stay here in Canada as an independent country. Thank you.